Gregory Aldrit leads out La Rochelle, defending champions, and heavy favourites today, of course. Not quite home, but it'll feel like it. Last beaten in this tournament almost 2 years ago in the 2021 final, gunning for a third Champions Cup final in a row. Let's not forget they dispatched the runaway Premiership leaders Saracens with a little bit to spare in the semi-final. Jaco Piper is our referee today, experienced South African, of course, making his Champions Cup debut though today. Special days for special players. And the Chiefs recognising the breakup of the side that rose from the Championship to the summit of Europe. Very much the emotional driving force for their challenge today. Desperate for one last big dance together in Dublin in 3 weeks' time. And Exeter have been leaning into that underdog status this week, feeling free to deliver on their talent. They've beaten La Rochelle 4 times before, twice in France, but a little while ago now, and this is a rare force that they are up against, and Gregory Aldrit epitomises that, the number 8, the skipper, with a first carry. Hulking figure of Will Skelton protecting the ball for Tawera Kerbalo. A couple of tries against Saracens in that quarter-final. He was very, very high class. He sends it up for a first touch for Tom Wyatt. What a story, only his 3rd Champions Cup appearance, and they've been bundled off the ball here, Exeter. And La Rochelle have it. Bottier with the first big impact at the breakdown.
Incredible first steal, that.
Hastoy, kick charge down, and the ball has found its way to Aldrit. And they run it through rule beyond halfway. A furious, fast start from La Rochelle, as you might have expected. Chiefs on the scramble already. Here's Antonio. Hastoy going wide and picking out Bottier, and he's going to skip past Wyatt and inside Noel, and he's going to try to get that ball away to Aldrit. It's still in La Rochelle possession.
Looked like a little knock on there. I think Bottier was offside as well from the crossfield kick, but they've got to weather this storm at the minute. Big start, as we saw against Sarries and La Rochelle. Same here.
2 locks combining Sazi and Skelton. And if Exeter were expecting anything gentle early on, they are being disabused of that notion here. That one won't quite fall. Was that a little knock on? It was. And the Chiefs will be able to breathe. The first penalty has gone against La Rochelle.
He was offside as well from the crossfield kick. They've weathered it, but they've come to play, haven't they, La Rochelle?
Interesting as well, they picked up on the kick pass, crossfield. You see Exeter and La Rochelle both defend with similar styles, up and out. They leave space in the outside channels. That's twice in the opening 2 minutes. La Rochelle opting through Hastoy to go crossfield. Exeter pick up the penalty, and now a chance to quieten this crowd, belting out ici, c'est La Rochelle, making it feel like home. And Exeter a foothold in this game now and a chance to attack in opposition 22.
So much chat this week from Rob Baxter, just urging his side to stay in the fight, to weather the periods when La Rochelle have their possession and can dispatch the barrage of heavy runners. But the Chiefs have some weaponry, and Wyatt might have been through.
He was in. He was walking in. Oh, what an opportunity.
They've come back. They were offside from the jump, La Rochelle, but what a chance for Exeter. Wonderful launch play. 2-on-1 created on the outside. That was a big moment.
It's a clever play from the Chiefs. They threw 2 balls to the outside, created 2 corners. Unfortunately, the last one, which was on the money, was dropped by Wyatt. Otherwise, he is going under the post, and it's going to be, would have been 7-0. Another chance here.
Well, they know they've got to take each and every chance. And whilst they're still camped a handful of metres out from the try line, they will know that there are opportunities, regardless of the much vaunted opposition. This is a punchy drive from Exeter. Ball has gone to Grant Bougeret, has to extricate himself, and La Rochelle may have done enough here. No, it's there for Beckinsale to the shorter side, and Simmons' path is blocked. Johnny Gray couldn't get it away.
It's a knock-on in the tackle, Ali, I think. Was it deliberate or not?
Jacques Vermeulen sets it up. It's cleaner ball for Beckinsale this time around. Here's Kirsten. Options left and right. Chunza. The advantage over for the little knock-on, and Frost is trying to rummage his way through the middle. Stopped by a wall of yellow. Another little burst from Ollie Woodburn. Gray, hoping those little tip-ons might open up the space. Don't need too much of it. They're driven over. And Jaco Pijper says it's held up.
Well, how many times have we seen La Rochelle do that this season? Is it 3 times against Sarries in the last round? They're living right on the edge here, La Rochelle, though, of the laws.
The offside penalty, and Frost. No Luke Cowan-Dickey, remember, but he's been such an energizer for the Chiefs, Dan Frost. It's taken up by Jacques Vermeulen, out of action for the last few weeks.
Surely Skelton's offside again there, and now again. You can't do that. He's got to make a stance here now, the referee.
Four is on the side and head of the ball. There's plenty of penalties, different phases. That's your warning. That's it. Hang on.
So it was Romain Sazi who Jaco Pijper had picked out. But the gathering number of penalties perhaps a concern for La Rochelle as Simmons moves into position and crashes through. What a score from Simmons. What a start for the Chiefs. The defending champions rocked in the opening 6 minutes in Bordeaux. Sam Simmons.
A wonderful piece of play by the forward pack. You could see the spread, which shifted out the defensive line, but then it's just brute power by Simmons. Barrels his way over. A man that will be playing more of his rugby in the south of France next season. An ideal start for Exeter. You can see what that means to the bench. The reaction from Stuart Hogg. They had to come here and quieten the crowd. They've started well. Perfect start for Exeter.
Well, there is disquiet in many corners of this fabulous stadium, but the 2,000 Exeter Chiefs fans who have travelled here absolutely delighted with that start. Absorbed the early pressure, worked their way back upfield, and they have their reward. And Joe Simmons adds to the brothers Simmons for the Exeter Chiefs, who lead by 7 points to 0 in the semi-final.
Couldn't ask for a better start, could you? Weathered the original storm, got the opportunity into the red zone, and then take the points in your first visit. That is good rugby all round, and exactly what the doctor ordered.
Hastoy with the restart for La Rochelle. Beckinsale controlling operations from the base. Just a month ago, he was playing for Exeter University against Old Red Cliffians in National League 2 West. Bit of a change-up. How well he's played in the last few weeks, and that is a nicely balanced box kick as well. It's taken by Dulin. Caballo to Hastoy. Nice pick-up in the midfield. And here's Aldred with the crowd unhappy at the offside line that Exeter Chiefs might not entirely be abiding by. Got to live on the edge today. Antonio stopped at source by Kirsten and friends. Hastoy, big press from the Chiefs defence. Favre, though, has got clear and lifts it off the deck for Aldred. No Jonathan Danty today, but Jules Favre operating in that midfield channel. The little stab through, 2 men after it. Rule is one of them. Can he control? He can! softest of touches. And Raymond Rule responds for La Rochelle.
Oh, have a word with yourself about the level of control there. This is brilliant footballing skills from Rule. First of all, they get the ball to the outside. You can't afford to drop off a tackle in the midfield. Fabric gets through, keeps the ball alive to Aldra, who's always on hand. He stays on his feet, just allows him 1 or 2 more seconds to recycle, and then it's a brilliant little chip kick. You might want to check whether he was onside. He got onto it quickly, and then a little win off the right shin. Pops up for him, Beckinsale can't get there. La Rochelle straight back into it.
Just immaculate footballing skills from the man who's recently extended his contract here to stay until 2025. And he's brought La Rochelle back within range. And the crowd giving voice.
In the early phases, that's where Exeter have looked a little bit vulnerable in behind and out wide. Kicking game's obviously been spotted. Brilliant conversion as well.
7 points each in the early minutes in Bordeaux. Already thrilling.
That's the beauty of this level of game. Exeter in those early exchanges, like you mentioned, actually physically right up there. Line speed phenomenal, stopping Antonio Skelton in their tracks, but that's it. One slight half break, the damage is done.